Now, talking European football, first off, you're going to look at CR7, that's Cristiano Ronaldo. Still unstoppable, guys. Guy, like, he's aging like fine wine, you know. And now my only question is he going to, you know, keep playing on until they rename the Ballon d'Or after him or what? I'm trying to understand this.
Now, listen, this is not Mark's favorite subject, of course. He and I are on totally different sides of the of this Ronaldo fence. And we've had so many fights in other forums. But the thing is that, it's amazing how the guy has kept himself in shape. And after the anticlimax that was the World Cup for him in Qatar, Portugal getting knocked out the way they were, and then his arch nemesis, Lionel Messi, actually winning it, it looked like it was over internationally for Cristiano. And because he had moved to the Saudi Pro League, it looked like it was basically over. He was going to become irrelevant in that league, and if not playing for Portugal anymore, would disappear off the scene. But this guy's character has been such that he's been defiant throughout his entire career. And at that moment, because I remember very well, Mark actually wrote on our forum, on one of our forums, and said this guy should retire right now. He's embarrassing himself and everybody else and things like that. And so many other guys shared that view, and I could understand where they were coming from. But I am such a Ronaldo fan that I wasn't buying into it. But even I didn't think that he would look this good 2 years later, 2 years after that World Cup. But he's been scoring goals in this Nations League campaign. The brace he got against Poland in midweek was last week was absolutely amazing. The penalty was a Panenka. And the other goal was just superb. It was one of those to be talked about. But the shape he's in is really good. The numbers are staggering. That was goal number 135, taken in spectacular style in 217 games for Portugal. And it takes him to 905. This is a guy who's now chasing a total of 1,000. He's already the highest scorer in the history of football, and is looking to cement that. The thing is, we have got to celebrate that. We've got to celebrate that and what it means. It's just mind-boggling that anybody can be like that.
Listen,
like Cristiano Ronaldo has been.
I've been accused of being an enemy of Cristiano Ronaldo.
But you are.
I met Cristiano thrice, and I have pictures of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes, he was once your guy.
And I mean, I have nothing against Cristiano Ronaldo. I think he has a Hall of Fame career. If there's anything like that in football, he's one of the legends of the game, one of the top 10 greatest players of all time, potentially the greatest goal scorer there's ever been. But the fact of the matter is that Ronaldo, I think, is doing a huge disservice to Roberto Martinez and Portugal, because everything Cristiano Ronaldo is doing right now is for himself. It's for his legacy. And I think his legacy is etched in stone. He's just trying to score as many goals, to break records and extend his career, but for himself. It's not for Portugal. He's doing Portugal a huge disservice. And Martinez is such a timid manager that the coach of Portugal is Cristiano Ronaldo. When Fernando Santos, the Portuguese coach at the World Cup, dropped Ronaldo, he was dropped as Portugal coach. And this is a guy who won Portugal, I think, their first European Championship in history. You could argue Ronaldo was an integral part of that team, but Fernando Santos was the coach. And then he dropped him in the World Cup. He was booted out of the job. Yet I thought that Ronaldo was dropped purely for footballing reasons. I think Portugal were always going to win their UEFA Nations League games, whether Ronaldo was on the pitch or not. Those are not games where Rafael Leao was going to fail to score goals, or Goncalo Ramos or whoever. The challenge with Martinez, and I think Ronaldo at the back of his head, he thinks that he's going to go to the 2026 World Cup in the US and will be leading the Portuguese line at the World Cup.
Wow.
Now, if that is not being, I don't know which one to use, but Portugal's chances are going to be diminished by Ronaldo.
You're basically back is saying Ronaldo is being selfish. Which I can't argue against. He has always been.
Listen, Mark.
That's the word to use.
I think. I mean, when did Zidane retired? Zidane. Arguably France's greatest player of all time. Zidane was still fit. He was at the peak of his powers. After the World Cup final, he said, "I've done and I've retired." Footballers are made of a different ilk, and Ronaldo has this obsession for records, for stats. to push himself as long as he can go, and that's a testament to his fitness, to his single-mindedness. But right now, at the stage of his career, I don't think Ronaldo can enhance his legacy. He can only diminish it.
No, yeah, well, you might say he can't enhance it, but actually, if he hits 1,000, he would have enhanced it. The thing is, though, I think he might not even hit 1,000 because he's got the 90 odd goals to score. That's another 3-4 years of playing football, and unless he's going to get 50 odd this season, when he's in peak shape, which I don't see. The thing though is that what I see is rather than then send him away the way Mark is saying and say retire and get away and let's move on, the best thing to do under the circumstances, because he's saying when you talk about legacy, there's still the odd chance that he could go to 2026 World Cup and win it.
We saw him at the Euros. What was his contribution at the Euros?
What you have to
was his contribution at the Euros?
No, listen.
Because the UEFA Nations League, I mean, you're going to get anyone and you're going to score.
You can have a bad tournament, even at a young age. Kylian Mbappe has already won a World Cup, being one of the best players in it in Russia, and then had a terrible one.
Which terrible one? He had a good tournament in Qatar.
Well, he had a good tournament in Qatar, then had a terrible Euros. He was really. I mean, he's one of the reasons France.
But no one is going to question why
he was so bad at the Euros. In between, by the way, both Euros, he was so bad and won World Cup and reached the final. But never mind.
I actually think
my argument is
minus Ronaldo, I think Portugal were going to go very far in the Euros.
I don't think so. I think the situation was mismanaged, and which is why I was going to go here and say, listen, if you're manager, if you're in charge of Portugal, and Ronaldo still can give you something.
Ronaldo is in charge. Martinez is not in charge of Portugal.
But so is Messi, and you won't agree with Messi is in charge of Argentina. Is he much younger?
Well, Messi is younger. Messi is 2 years younger. Argentina world champions. Argentina champions of Copa America.
There you are. There you go. Mark has two standards.
Messi is 2 years.
Two different standards for Messi and Ronaldo. But never mind.
Messi is 2 years younger. Argentina champions of Copa America. Champions of the World Cup, actually back-to-back champions of Copa America.
Never mind. Listen, what I'm saying is this, is that
and Messi reinvented himself.
Ronaldo is at an age where it's very easy for a manager to sit him down in a meeting and tell him, look, this is my plan.
Not Martinez.
I am not going to play you 90 minutes of every game.
Not Roberto Martinez.
I am going to do this for your own longevity and for the good of you and Portugal.
Not Roberto Martinez.
I am going to help you for you to ride the back of these guys and win a World Cup.
Not Roberto Martinez, Mark.
At a very old age,
Martinez.
but not by making you the main man all the time.
I think Ronaldo appointed Roberto Martinez as the coach.
No, I don't think he did. I don't think he did.
You're making it sound like he's too old. Well,
no.